made the decision that I'm going to do what's best for my son. It's like an emotional thing, but like when he first met us when she was a baby, I remember my mom took him down there. But when they sent me a picture of PJ holding her, he was just so happy. Like, just so happy. He's so little. He, like, didn't have his front tooth. He was so happy. So, and then, but even looking at the picture, it's like I was crying. But at the same time, it was like, this is a narrative that I can control. That's right. And from the beginning, it's like, nah, we're not going that route. We're not going the petty route. We're not doing the subliminals. We're not doing any of that. It's given like, my child loves this child already and they're connected. That's his sister. That's and right. We're going to move forward with love. So I'm not going to say that it was just overnight and, you know what I mean? Everything was just best friends. But I made the decision that I'm going to had in my mind to do what was godly, do what was best for my child. So I moved in that motion. So where we are today is like, that's my girl. Like, that's really, like, we're cool. Like, that's absolutely. My girl. I've been in a relationship since Derek. It's just, I don't publicly post it. So I feel like people's last memory of me is associated with him. But it's like, maybe 2 other men that broke my heart.
Just for the record.
Had in my mind to do.
So I really, really wanted to talk about this because I saw this over the whole, Christmas break when this is I don't know if she was his wife. I'm not too familiar. I'm not sure if she was his wife, but I know that she was in a relationship with Derrick Rose and had a child with him. And now Derrick Rose is in a new relationship, a marriage, and he has, more children. And so she was speaking because there was some Christmas photos that came up. They were together for Christmas as a family, blended family. The 2 women were in the kitchen, matching pajamas, hanging out, being friendly with each other. And a lot of people were saying like, oh, Derrick Rose is the GOAT and this, and, City Boys up, like, a lot of people were making a lot of allegations based on that, so it garnered a lot of attention, which made her then go on a platform and actually, I guess, a part of her conversation speak on it. And I thought it was very, very interesting because there was a mixed ratio of people in the comment sections. There were some women like, oh, that could never be me, or that could be this, and there was some women who were saying like, oh, that's beautiful, or whatever the case is, and my take on it is that a lot of women cannot experience this level of peace in their life because they're not mature enough. I just got to keep it real. A lot of women are not mature enough to realize that their feelings are secondary when they have children. As she stated in this first clip, she sent her child over there, her son, who's obviously the oldest. She sent her son over there to go be with his father, and his father had a new baby, and her son was so happy to be around his siblings, and as she was looking at the picture of them, she was in tears. Because maybe emotionally she's still connected to the situation. She felt some type of way about it. She was hurt that, the person that she had a child with has now moved on and had another child and has an entire different life, and things didn't pan out to how she thought it would be. But that didn't stop her from watering the relationship. A lot of these women out here are so bitter. Okay? And when you peel back the layers to their bitterness, there's only one conclusion. They're bitter because they can't have the man. And since they can't have the man, they're going to tarnish the relationship between the man and the kids, cause drama just so somebody can give them a little bit of attention that they're craving. Let's be real. They always gotta, be having the ebbs and flows and like an emotional roller coaster and pop up with some foolishness just so they feel like, at least they're on that man's mind, even if it's for something negative. It's stupid. It's stupid. A lot of women, let me tell you something. A lot of women in these situations, they forget that man is not their relative. They forget that. They forget that man, there's no entity that deemed that man, you and that man were supposed to be together for the rest of your lives, and that you have to be with each other, and you have to love each other, and you have to be in a relationship. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. You are not the next of kin. You are not the kin. You're not the kinfolk. You're not the relative, not the cousin, not the auntie, not the mama. You are not a permanent person that has to remain close to that person in their life. But you see, once you have a child, that child is their family member. And what real women do is put their feelings to the side, their emotions to the side, and they say, I am not going to equate the two. I'm not going to put my feelings onto my children and make them feel what I'm feeling, because that's selfish. I'm not going to force a certain narrative into my children's mind about their father because they're his. To be real, the reason why this is very rare, and these situations are very rare and taboo, is because we're in a society full of drama. Y'all want the drama. Y'all want the fight, the fuss and the fighting. Y'all go over there, hang out with the homegirl, talking about, oh, she don't even look as good as me. Oh, her house wasn't even as clean as mine. Oh, she swears she could cook. Oh, he like that to eat. I can't even believe he like that, because when he was with me, well, he's not. He's not with you. That ship done sailed, sunk, crashed, burned. Like, it's over. Focus on your children. Allow your children to have that peace. Allow them to. I want to play this second clip one more time.
I had in my mind to do what was godly, do what was best for my child. So I moved in that motion. So where we are today is like, that's my girl. Like, that's really, like, we're cool. Like, that's absolutely my girl. I've been in a relationship since Derek. It's just, I don't publicly post it. So I feel like people's last memory of me is associated with him. But it's like, maybe two other men that broke my heart.
Do you know, let me say something. A lot of women that act like this, that act the fool. Okay, not that act like this, but act the fool for the sake of conversation, what I was just talking about. A lot of the women that act like that is because they've come across a man who is extremely hard to duplicate. They've come across a man who offers some things that is like one in a million. Right? For them. It doesn't have to be globally. Don't have to mean it's, for every person. Don't mean that he's the best man in the whole entire world. But they've come across a man that has certain qualities, principles, his demeanor. There's something about this man that they feel like it is hard for them to duplicate. Right? And you know what they do? They get upset because they realize the gem that they've walked away from, somebody else has scooped up and is possibly going to get the best version of that person, because they don't have the long list of mess ups, drama, disrespect, problems that they had in the relationship. Right? So a lot of times these women have a hard time even getting into another relationship or even getting married, because they're trying to replace the irreplaceable. Okay? Just being real. Because with a man and with a woman, things are very different. A man can imprint on a woman so bad, okay, that someone will spend the rest of their life alone or settling because they just want to be with that one man so bad. Right? Cool. But you know what happens when you get to a place that you can move forward with your own maturity, even though you know what you know, and even though you wanted to be with that person or whatever the case is, you get the opportunity to move on freely because you have peace in your life. When you hold on and when you hoard all the drama, the problems, the arguments, the pain, and you don't fully let go of that relationship, you know what happens? You're going to have a hard time. Because you're going to get with a new man, excuse me, you're going to get with a new man, and the new man going to have to pick up the baggage of the old man because you ain't let the old man go. So he's going to be like, why every time we in the bed at a certain time, why we keep talking about this person? I know you complaining about your, quote unquote baby daddy, but why you keep bringing him up all the time? Why is he so much on the forefront of your mind? Why do you have so much to say? You gonna get mad and irate because the only people that can make you so angry are people that you still have a strong emotion for. He gonna be like, but why you always flipping out? And why when you flip out, we gotta hear about it for 4, 5, 6, 7 days? Why aren't you healed? And you're also showing this man, the new man, the possibilities of how you gonna act. No man don't want that. No man don't want to be with somebody who is drama filled, always got something to say, argumentative, vindictive. I'm just being real. A man gonna look at that as the biggest red flag. Like, abort mission. Absolutely not. Because if I have a child with you, you're gonna do the same thing you're doing with this man. Ironically, when we have these conversations, men are the ones, good men, okay? I gotta make that disclaimer, are the ones who encourage, if a man just happens to be a stepfather, listen, men out here saying they ain't doing it no more, Stepdaddy Stephen has been forever canceled, and for a lot of reasons, I understand. Okay, for a lot of reasons, I completely understand why they say that. But for the men who are doing that, right, who are in that role, who are in that position, who are being a stepfather, a lot of men, as long as the relationship between the father is not, toxic or whatever, or regardless of, men are going to tell the woman, foster that relationship between those children and their father because they're a man and they understand. No, don't get in the way that they're going to keep their woman in check. No, let him go and spend time with his father. Let him be with his father. Let them build a relationship. Most of the time, you see the women that's toxic. Being like, well, that's your baby mama. I don't want her over here. I don't want her kids over here. Why she can't come get them? Why you got to buy them another pair of shoes? Why you got to do this? Why you got to do that? It's crazy. A lot of things could be so much more peaceful, right? If a lot more people who had children were mature enough to understand that once you have children, it is no longer just about you and how you feel. It's about your child. Put that person first, as she said. Then you'll be able to understand and live life happily. Because you're not hoarding anything. You're not holding on to anything. When you're holding on to stuff, it's only hurting you. It's not hurting the other person. They can't feel it. They're not paying you no mind. They're not paying you attention. It's only hurting you. So I just have to say, I love this story. I loved this story when I heard about it. I know for a fact it probably was not easy. She said it was not easy. But to see the happiness in one picture, I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think a lot more people could get to that level if they were not drama forward. If they actually were solution based. But I would love to know, guys, I know I kind of started ranting a little, but I could go on and on about this conversation. Let me know what you guys think about this conversation in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.